This video is going to be a bit different than what I normally do, but I also wanted to say my thanks to one of the greatest storytellers that have made a large impact on my life. I'm making this video as a thank you to Akira Toriyama and a celebration for his life. However, as I wrote out my thoughts, I kept thinking about all the great memories I made thanks to Dragon Ball. I eventually wanted to make a video properly thanking Akira Toriyama and analyzing what made him and his story so amazing. But I think that video is going to take time. This video, I think I want to talk more about what Dragon Ball has meant to me, and share why Akira Toriyama's stories were a positive part of my life. Heads up, this video is going to be more of me talking about my thoughts these past few weeks. However, I'll be showing some drawings I made while thinking and writing for this video. So if you'd like to stick around and see what I have to say or what I've worked on, then by all means. And if there is anything you'd like to add to the conversation about Akira Toriyama, Dragon Ball, how you feel, or anything, I'd love to hear what everyone has to say. I hope this can be a space where people can open up and have a chance to speak. Even if you don't want to watch out this video, that's completely fine, but I encourage you to talk about your own thoughts down in the comment section below, or even make your own videos or discussions about Dragon Ball, wherever and however you can. I'd love to hear what you all think and have to say. But with that, let's hop right in. First, what is your earliest memory of Dragon Ball? My earliest memory of Dragon Ball is actually before I even really knew what Dragon Ball was. I was out at recess with some friends and they all wanted to play Dragon Ball, acting as their favorite fighters from the series. I didn't know much of the series at the time. I had been to some cousin's house and watched Dragon Ball Z Kai and watched them play Tenkaichi Budokai 2. Really, the only parts of Dragon Ball I knew at the moment were a few of the names of the characters, and the Dragon Ball Z Kai opening. Even now I casually sing the English opening to Kai. When we played, I was often given the role of Gohan. Ironically, Gohan has become one of my favorite Dragon Ball characters for the entire series, and in many ways I related to Gohan, especially in early DBZ. A shy and timid bookworm that would cry a lot when scared. Some kid that had loving parents that put a lot of expectation on him to be great, and the fear and worry of not being able to live up to that potential. I even used to have a similar hairstyle to Gohan. I used to love to grow out my hair, and when my parents did get my hair cut, they used to cut it in an embarrassing bowl cut, similar to him on the Namek Saga. I don't remember much about when we played Dragon Ball, but I do remember that no one could pronounce Gohan's and Piccolo's Masenko attack. One of my friends confidently told me that it was pronounced mosquito, and that kinda just stuck with me all these years. I bring this up because I think we all have these early memories of when we first experienced Dragon Ball. Whether it was playing it with friends, watching the major moments on TV, playing the games, reading the manga, going to events, or any other ways to connect to the story. And I think this leads to the next thing I found myself thinking about. One of the most important ways I found myself connecting to Dragon Ball was through the games and stories my sister and I would make. My sister and I are about 10 years apart, but we often got along and enjoyed similar things. We both loved Dragon Ball, and used to create tons of games related to the Dragon Ball universe. My sister and cousins would ask me to create stories of them exploring the galaxy and them reaching new power levels. Right now, what I'm currently drawing is two of the characters that I and my sister came up with for one of our stories. I knew I always wanted to become a YouTuber, or create my own stories and games for people to enjoy, but I think what really motivated me to want to follow this stream is because I love making stories that my sister enjoyed, and I wanted to keep making stories for people to enjoy. I think that's what I really appreciated and looked up to from Akira Toriyama. Dragon Ball didn't just feel like another story or world for entertainment. It felt like a story Toriyama was trying to share with all of us. I don't know if that really makes sense, but it felt like Dragon Ball was a game or story we could all just jump into and share. Whether it's my friends and I arguing power scalings, rewatching the Dragon Ball Super series so I can show it to my sister, or even just sometimes drawing out my own characters and what-ifs in my free time, I found the Dragon Ball world a series I can always come back to and always brings me the same amount of wonder and creation.